Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin our show by looking ahead to what's expected to be a significant City Council meeting tomorrow night. It'll include a discussion on a growing price tag for the indoor turf facility and another Integrity Commissioner's report into Councillor Rajni Agarwal. Starting with the turf facility, which city staff say could cost $600,000 more, bringing the estimated price tag to $38.6 million. That's based on additional foundation work now required on the proposed site next to the community auditorium. As a result, administration's asking council to push back the final report until June 3rd. Soccer Northwest brought this concept forward, with President Michael Veneziali saying delaying the report could be costly.
We always say, it's not just a 2-month delay, it's not just a 2-month slowdown, it's a 2-month delay on top of a 2-month delay that ends up losing another season. So with these decisions they've made, they have to understand that as this pushes it back, they're going to increase the cost by slowing down the process again.
Going to be scheduling our stakeholder consultation, and otherwise we are on track for the June date, and that shouldn't impact at all the start of construction because we were looking at a spring 2025 construction at this time anyways.
Turning now to the Integrity Commissioner's report against Councillor Agarwal, the second of hers made public since November. It's related to Agarwal's role as a Fort William BIA board member. The Integrity Commissioner says the investigation began because of allegations Agarwal was rude, abrasive, and chronically late for meetings. A statement issued on behalf of the board said it doesn't agree with the findings. The Integrity Commissioner's recommendation is to remove Agarwal from the board. Staying at City Hall, where the Council Composition Committee continues to hear feedback from the general public, including those who previously ran for or served on City Council. Several of those former candidates were recently given an opportunity to present their opinions on the size and makeup of future City Councils. Nev Van Pelt reports.
The current City Council composition has 1 mayor, 5 at-large councillors, and 7 ward councillors. Nearly 75% of the respondents to an online survey feel that 13 councillors around the table doesn't provide value or represent the city well. Each deputant at this latest council composition meeting received 10 minutes to speak their mind about the changes they feel need to be made. Two-time mayoral candidate Shane Judge was very firm in his argument to eliminate ward councillors completely and replace it with a system of 8 at-large councillors.
The concept of one of ours in a ward is institutionally incorrect. Your ward councillor can come from anywhere in the city. In fact, I believe the role of the ward councillor, as it is currently appreciated by the public, is a fiction. Ward councillors are not the all-powerful champions that many imagine them to be, a person who can, with a phone call or a text message, fix a problem in a neighborhood.
Judge believes that ward issues make up a very small fraction of the current council's work, and that the city would be better represented with only at-large councillors. The next deputation the committee heard was from Corey Bagdon. He ran in the McKellar ward in 2022, and his preference is the opposite of Judge's. Bagdon proposed an 8-ward model that would get rid of at-large councillors completely.
There's competition. If we focus entirely on this decentralized model, there's competition for those limited resources between the individual boards. Competition is where we get innovation, right? So if we can compete for these limited resources amongst these different wards, then we'll be able to come together.
Bagdon was originally going to present a model with 10 wards with 1 councillor each, but that number didn't conform to the Municipal Act, so he had to remove 2. He feels because of this, his model could be a little ahead of our time, and that it's up to the Municipal Act to catch up. Nev Van Pelt, TBT News.
Off to Dryden now, where a new hotel project could provide relief to its visitors. It's expected to break ground this summer and be built by the summer of 2025. Nearby Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation is backing the project, which is the second new hotel planned in Dryden. Lee Noonan has more.
A new 70-suite hotel is in the works for the city of Dryden. Wabigoon Lake Ojibwe Nation is backing the project. They've engaged Winnipeg-based Rideout Bay Developments to build the hotel. Rideout Bay CEO Ben Cohen says the hotel is designed for longer-term stays.
Whether it's for consultants, medical locums, nurses, construction workers, healthcare stays, so many different reasons in the north, we decided to bring the Studio 6 extended stay product.
Construction is slated to begin this summer and expected to take 1 year. With Rideout Bay keeping the construction in-house, they're very confident in sticking to that timeline.
I'm building currently a hotel in Hornpain that's about 50 to 60% complete and will be complete this summer. And then we'll be moving the early crews, construction, concrete and underground to Fort Francis, and from there to Dryden.
Meanwhile, the Dryden Hotel Group has applied for a site plan extension for their project, first announced last year. Due to labor force issues, they're now projecting the 76-room Microtel by Wyndham Hotel will also break ground this summer, a year behind schedule. Both projects are highly anticipated by Mayor Jack Harrison, who says the city has a serious shortage of hotel accommodation.
I think it'll be very important for our community. We have quite a gap in hotels. There's oftentimes that no space available, so I think this will be a great fit for our city.
The city is also facing a lack of housing. Harrison hopes that a new seniors complex and 48-unit apartment building will help alleviate that.
That's really helping our seniors find affordable living as well as downsize, and it also frees up homes for new families and growth. So a very important development in our city as well.
The 24-unit seniors complex is expected to be complete this summer, while Harrison hopes to see the new apartment building go up in 2025. Lee Noonan, TBT News.
As we did on our show last night, we'll look once more at Indigenous musician Ace Inabe, who's nominated for 3 awards at next week's Junos. He was raised just outside of Thunder Bay and moved to the city for high school. CTV's Anne-Marie Meadowake spoke to Ace Inabe about those years in Thunder Bay, both the good times and the bad.
When he was just 15, Ace Inabe left his mother and his home in Kaministiquia, and he came here to the nearby city of Thunder Bay, like so many teens from remote communities or reserves to attend high school. It's also where his musical career started to take off.
This is one of the first places I played. This is it.
This is the stage.
Yeah, some of my first shows. I had a band. It was me, a drummer, and a bass player / trumpet player. And we played a lot of shows here. This is a lot of my formative years where we're on the stage.
This is where it all kind of came together for you.
Ace Inabe and his band, The Communication, seen here in this music video from 2010. They played around Thunder Bay and developed a loyal following.
Music has always been kind of this sanctuary, this safe haven for me. Like, that's how I made it through this town, is like the music scene here. You know, we're in a place right now where I played a lot of shows in this room, and this is where I found my family and my place.
But outside that music scene, Thunder Bay was a place that didn't always feel safe for an Indigenous teen. 7 First Nations high school students died here between 2000 and 2011. Their deaths prompted Indigenous leaders and even a civilian police watchdog to accuse the Thunder Bay police force of systemic racism.
I was harassed by police all through school in this town.
Yeah, what were some of your experiences, if you don't mind sharing?
I remember I used to be a smoker. I used to go out to the sidewalk in high school, and they would, like, I got thrown up onto a police car and searched in front of all my peers.
And there were other encounters with police.
They were detectives, and they accused me of doing a B&E. And I remember being like, oh, you got the wrong person. And they were just like, oh, well, we remember you. We remember your stupid hair. Yeah, there was just so much animosity towards Indigenous people growing up.
Today, of course, is St. Patrick's Day, with the city's final Winter Fun Days event celebrating the holiday. The 11-week programming wrapped up with a free barbecue held at Minnesota Park, which featured themed crafts and games. Jessica Clement reports.
Despite the cold wind, families made their way to Minnesota Park Sunday afternoon for St. Patrick's Day barbecue, the final event in the Winter Fun Days activity series. The event brought together children and youth programs, including Healthy Kids, Youth Move, and Neighborhood Recreation Program, and featured numerous indoor and outdoor activities, including themed crafts, yard games, and spray painting. We asked a couple attendees what their favorite activities were.
Definitely the Connect 4 outside. I really like how you can do strategies. Probably the coloring and the soccer and the food. Definitely the food and the smoothie maker thing. They're fun and something to do, and not sitting at home and being on my tablet all the time.
It's just nice to get everyone in the community together. Barbecues tend to bring people together. And with it being right on St. Paddy's Day, it seemed like a good fit to wrap it all together.
Community programs developer Amanda Preen says despite it not really looking like winter this year, the past 11 weeks were a success. And luckily the warmer weather didn't affect their programming too much.
Some of the skate days were a little bit less well attended due to the warmer weathers, but otherwise it was nice to get people outside, and there was less of the opposite, so no too cold days going on.
Preen says it's great to see how many people came out over the past few months and adds that they can't wait to host more activities next year.
It's just so nice. We live in such a beautiful space to have opportunities for everybody to try different things. We have all the snowshoes. It's just so nice to give people the chance to come out and try different things throughout the community, and it's nice to move the location so that people can see the different neighborhoods and different parks.
And the fun doesn't end with Winter Fun Days. More information about what events Thunder Bay has coming up can be found on the city's website. Jessica Clement, TBT News.
And we're now joined by sports anchor Josh Morano. Josh, SIJHL regular season wrapping up last night, and the Cam River Fighting Walleye in action. They probably couldn't go any hotter into the playoffs if they won last night.
Nope. Not only are they trying to retain their title, but they're trying to win it again this year, obviously. And what better way to do that than on a 15-game winning streak? If that is what they did last night, we'll have the highlights for you when we come back.